I mean, thoughts on the weekend, the season. Like, I'm just proud of these guys for how well they did. They fought hard. We asked them coming in today at the beginning, just had a little talk. It was just like, hey, all we want is everybody to fight hard. Play your best, leave everything out here. And they did. They were contacting the ball, they just weren't falling. CNU made some great plays. But we were fighting. We were in there battling, so I'm proud of them.
I was about to say, this is one of the tightest games that this captain's team has played all year. Certainly a battle from inning 1 to 7. A lot of that had to do with your starter, and I'll move to you.
Absolutely.
Just talk about, overall, from Friday to Sunday, you're on your stuff all weekend long. Just talk about the way you felt and just the team that you had behind you.
Yeah, so started off strong, and then today, I'm definitely tired, so I knew I had to rely more on my spin than my speed and kind of keep the ball down, spin the ball, and just let my defense kind of do the work. And obviously, I mean, CNU is just a great team, and especially offensively, so I knew I had to hit my spots.
So yesterday was not as good of a performance as today's was, just statistically speaking. You seem to have had it just ready to go on your game. A couple of walks and a double in the first, but you only gave up that one run in a pivotal moment in the game where the Captains scored, I think, 10 of their 15 runs on the weekend in the first. How important was that for getting settled into the game from there on?
Yeah, that was huge. Starting with the first inning, just kind of relearning the umpire strike zone, and then also making sure I'm not throwing too close down the middle or anything like that. But keeping them at one run definitely was a huge win.
Kylie, we'll move to you. You were hitting the ball well today, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. What were you seeing today, and what kind of things were you able to bring back to the dugout when you got back to pass along to your teammates?
So we knew he had a good rise, and when I first came up, I actually didn't see that much, but I knew yesterday coming in, that's what we were looking for. Anything high, I was letting go. I kind of come into the dugout letting people know where it is, and he was throwing a lot outside today. Since I slap, it comes inside once in a while, and there is usually that big gap in right center that I look for, that I try to get, but only comes once in a while, depending on where they throw me, and if I see it, I'm gonna go for it.
Back to your performance today, you struck out, I think, 8 today. It seemed like there was just a setup for that outside pitch all day long. What was the mindset with the pitching from pitch to pitch? Because there was a point where you struck out, I believe, a couple in a row from the Captains. What were you looking at that was different today than yesterday?
Yeah, so I kind of reflected from yesterday, and I saw that they started hitting inside, so I knew that for specific batters I needed to stay outside and just see if they would chase, and then the umpires started calling outside, so that was helpful.
Coach, back to you. Just talked about on your team, and you just mentioned it, battled all weekend long. Had a really tough game yesterday where you came from behind, and today you kept one of the most powerful offenses in the country to 3 runs. Talk about just the way your defense played specifically today behind a really great pitching performance.
Yeah, I mean, first off, Maddie had a great pitching performance to keep them to a low-scoring game. I mean, nobody's been able to do that all year, so it's incredible. But the defense played well too. I mean, they hit a few, they got on them. I mean, Alexa at second base made some great plays, specifically those stand out. Made some good plays in the outfield. These guys were just there. Like we talked before the game started, we're going to go for everything. Lydia in the first inning ran into the fence. She took me literally, I said, don't be afraid to run into the fence. I mean, it was kind of a saying, and she literally ran into the fence. So they were out there to do anything for their team, and that just makes the coach proud of that effort.
Coach, the last question I have is for you. A pretty young team. You mentioned it on Friday. Conference championship. You've obviously been around for 25 seasons, but this team has only been around for a short period of time. We talked about that experience. Then, as you close out your season today, how much does this weekend mean, and having most of your team returning for another season mean to your Messiah program?
Yeah, it's going to mean a lot. Like I said, no one has been to the NCAA championships before on this team, and so for all of them to have this experience, and for those that are coming back, it's going to be huge for them to build on, to learn from, and we will. We'll take it, learn from it, and try to get better.